Hello. We're gonna do a brief live, I think. I thought I might not do a live at all tonight, and then I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll do a live for an hour like I always do. And as soon as I started, I thought, you know what? Let's just do this for like 5 minutes. Let's compromise between not doing it at all and doing it for an hour. I'll do it for like 5 minutes. Because all I really want to say is, um, well, I guess I've got a lot to say to come to think of it. Um, I wanted to take advantage of someone who saw the. I didn't want to take advantage of the person. I want to take advantage of the fact that someone saw my videos earlier. It seemed like it was not necessarily a sign, but maybe like evidence that um, things are different on the channel. I don't know. We'll see. Hello. Welcome to the live stream. Go ahead and like and comment. Oh, it's Vendetta. Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you? It's nice to see you again. Welcome to the Church of Judas. Goddess bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Jesus bless you, Judas bless you. I bless you. Bless yourself. And thanks for reading my book. I guess we can get right into talking about stuff since you know as much as I've had recently to say about stuff. Because you've read it in the book, The Little Book of Judas. Which I have a copy of over it. Maybe it's downstairs. Anyway, doing fine. I'm still reading your book. Thank you. Thanks for reading the book. Sorry about the Nazi magas in chat. The thing about the stupid Nazi magas is I kind of wanted to make fun of them as usual. Making fun of Nazi magas is always a fun thing to do. Mitch McConnell's dead, I think, is like some type of joke. I don't know. I don't know what to say exactly about. But like, it's all kind of like a similar joke. Oh, that's crazy. My copy is printed in France for Amazon. That's cool. You definitely have the first copy printed in France. That's exciting. I'm excited that you're reading it in Europe, where my understanding is there's all these dead churches in Europe. It's like, do something with all those dead churches. Even put a new religion in them. But a religion that allows you to do other stuff in the churches too. So I'm excited to hear your thoughts on the book and on how it ends, or on the rest of it. That's the reason it got delivered so fast. Well, it's just cool that they print it in whatever country's nearest to you and then send it to you, and there it is. Like I said, that's got to be the first copy printed in France. I don't think they print like more than one copy. They just print one. I guess it seems kind of weird. Maybe they do. Maybe they printed a whole box of them just because you ordered one and there's a box sitting around that might go on sale for other people who order them in Europe. Well, thanks for ordering it. Thanks for reading it. Hope you continue to like it. I was thinking about just making fun of the Trumpers and how they're all going down, and then, kind of gloating about Abdul El-Sayed beating AIPAC and beating the Republicans and Democrats and billionaires, just beating all the bad guys. Today's the day that his election is going to take place, his primary takes place, so that's exciting. And then I thought about, I want to talk about this like spiritual component of it, because it does seem like, yeah, thank you. He said you have a lot of great points in the book. Patriarchy needs to go. I don't think Jesus would like it, indeed. I guess one thing I hope the book accomplishes is just showing how interwoven patriarchy and Christianity and Trumpism and supremacist stuff, empire and war, how interwoven all that stuff is into everything, how all those things are interconnected and interwoven into everything in our world. So rooting them out is really a big deal. And really, Jesus helps a lot to do it. Jesus is from the goddess, so like replacing God with the goddess is a big shift to destroying patriarchy. And replacing all the patriarchy stuff and war and Trumpism with the opposite of it really accomplishes a lot too. So, looking forward to the opposite of the current world we're in, where things are really good. So, because things are pretty bad now. But anyway, welcome to Live. Goddess bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Jesus bless you, Judas bless you, I bless you, and bless yourself. Go ahead and hit the likes and comment. Sorry about the Nazi troll. There was a Nazi troll or two. Yes, the same Nazi troll. Sorry about the Nazi troll in the live, but Vendetta is cool, so just ignore the Nazi troll in the chat. And what does Vendetta say? All the wealth of the church would help many people across the world. Yeah, you just liquidate it. Again, replacing the churches, the thing you would save if you're going to save things when you replace Christianity. The churches themselves, like the buildings, there's no reason to like knock down perfectly good buildings. Um, certain things people do, songs and stuff, sure, you might change some of them, but you could save some of the songs. But saving their riches and their vast coffers of wealth, well, there's no reason for that. I think that's a good place to start, kind of showing how things should really be. So, giving away all the church's money, I think is a good way to start. What'd you say? I like the question in the beginning. What would you choose, the church or Jesus? Yeah, and can you imagine some churches would probably choose Jesus, but a lot of them would choose the church. And they are given the choice. Thanks for talking with me about it. I mean, they're given the choice to decide to choose Jesus instead of the church, and realize that all they've been choosing the whole time, or the main thing they've been choosing the whole time, has been the church, not Jesus, because those things are in opposition. In many ways, the church has been in opposition to Jesus. So, the replacement of the church will be more in line with Jesus. Thanks for talking with me about it. And thanks so much for reading the book and buying a copy. I do think it'll become popular and other people will read it. Sorry about the Nazi troll in chat. I'm really, I don't know, just disgusted with the Nazi trolls. I've had it so much with the Nazis. It is fun to make fun of them, but it'd be nice for them just to not exist or not have access to the internet or whatever. It'd be a lot better when they just are all way too scared to say things online. But anyway, at least they know that everybody hates them. Expressing hatred for Nazis and Trump Hooteniers, I think, is the natural thing to do. Calling them genocidal maniacs, I think, is a very good thing to do. Also, the female role in early Christianity, that's a known fact. I took a class on that. I was actually lucky to have a college class on women in early Christianity. Hello, how are you? So I knew about that, but this is more about the Gospel of Mary is where Jesus tells Mary to, or tells all the disciples to follow Mary, and then they just don't. Reminds me of my joke. Jeffrey Epstein, Palm Beach Pete, and Trump's best friend walk into a bar, and the bartender says, "All alone tonight, eh?" Yeah, so you're in the right place. We're going to replace Christianity. It's funny that you weren't, like, picking up on that before. Did you know that this is for replacing Christianity? So if you don't like Christianity, don't you think replacing it would be a nice thing to do? It's like if you had a shirt or a lamp you didn't like. You're like, oh, I think I'll replace that lamp. Sorry about the Nazi troll in chat. You replace Christianity with the Church of Judas. Like, it's kind of a weird. It's weird for you to ask that question because you've been in this live so many times. It would be very strange if you just happened to be in the live all the different times I wasn't talking about the Church of Judas. It's not like I talk about it all the time. I talk about it about, I don't know, a quarter of the time, about a tenth of the time, and you've been in the live stream more than 10 times. Just kind of suspicious. But thanks for asking. It's just, like, I talk about this a lot. You replace Christianity with the Church of Judas. Vendetta's reading my book about it, so read his comments and you'll understand more than you did before. I always thought that God from the Old Testament was different God or goddess than from Jesus, and most things make perfect sense. Yeah, if it's different. If Jesus is from a different God or goddess, if Jesus is from the goddess who's gonna replace that God, then all the efforts, including putting the Old and New Testament together, like they're part of the same thing. All that stuff is just an effort to downplay or divert Jesus' actual message. Sure. I mean, you can ask the question. I'm not necessarily going to answer your question. You already asked a question. I already answered one. But I like questions, so if it's a good question, I might answer it. Sorry about the Nazi troll in chat. Sorry there's a Nazi MAGA troll in chat. Everyone hates MAGA. Everyone hates Trump. Everyone hates Putin, Netanyahu, their whole little network. So as long as they know that everybody hates them, they're just here to remind us, to remind everybody, oh yeah, we all hate Trump and Putin, Netanyahu. We all hate Trump, Putin, Netanyahu, and Trump Putiners. How to know the right religion. Which ones are you considering? I mean, what do you mean the right religion? It turns out that the fake religion, Christianity was fake and a trap. Okay, so there's one thing about Christianity is it's fake and a trap. So you don't, like, we're replacing Christianity is one of the things here. Then for most of us that speak English, Christianity's probably affected the way we see all religion. All other religions are probably fine. Christianity's just a fake, trap one. And the offshoots of Christianity, like, Scientology and Zionism and stuff, they're all fake, evil religions. Huh. Then that it says the creation of earth was a mistake and that God has put light in us. Whose mistake was it? I know it's fake. Did you read the Quran? No. Did you? I mean, I may have read a selection. Did you read the Quran? I don't know if you know it's fake like I know it's fake though. So if you're ready to replace Christianity so that it no longer exists, um, if you're ready to replace Christianity, then you're in the right place. That's what we do. That's what I'm doing here. Sorry about the Nazi troll. There's a Nazi MAGA troll in chat, and we don't need to worry about it. But I do apologize that there's a Nazi MAGA troll still commenting. Who's judging? I'm replacing Christianity with the Church of Judas. I don't know if you haven't been here before, if you have any questions about this. Jesus is from the goddess. Jesus has this plan, has always had this plan, to replace Christianity, a fake trap religion, with the Church of Judas. I call it the Church of Judas because Judas is the one who triggers the replacement. or ushers in the replacement of Christianity with this church instead. Okay? Are you following? Do you have any questions? Huh. Vendetta said, I read the Gospels in your book together while reading your book. Did you read the Gospel of Judas that it's based on? My original book, the Book of Judas, has has the Gospel of Judas like written in it in bold. So you can read the Gospel of Judas just by reading through all the bold type. And you can read my commentary on it by reading the other type. Anyway, welcome to the new people. Welcome to the Church of Judas. We're replacing all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism, including Zionism, replacing all of those things. And the blessing from the Church of Judas is Goddess bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Mary bless you, Jesus bless you, Judas bless you, I bless you, and bless yourselves. And it looks like Net and YouTube turned off some of the restrictions on my channel, so it's nice to see probably new people in here. Sorry about the Nazi troll. There's a Nazi MAGA troll in the chat. Sorry about that one. But yes, Abdul's going to win today. It's today. It's today. Abdul El Sayed's going to win today. He's not going to do very well against her. He's going to destroy her. Like the $60 million they spent on her, that AIPAC spent on her, is going to be wasted. But anyway, so Jesus is replacing the Christian religion, also replacing Trumpism and Zionism. Just like we're replacing, these Zionist candidates with Americans in these elections coming up. But in a bigger way, we're replacing all Christianity and all Trumpism and all empire and all patriarchy and all those things with the real Jesus religion, because the real Jesus is from the goddess. I guess I'll just mute this MAGA Nazi. Sorry, there's a MAGA Nazi in the chat. I'm just going to repeat that everybody knows MAGA are Nazis. Everybody hates MAGA Nazis. Everybody thinks they're the worst people that have ever lived, and we're all correct. They are the worst people who've ever lived. That's why we all hate them so much. J-Bone-1983 is the MAGA Nazi who keeps reminding me to make that disclaimer. Valid Insights, Waleed Insights, something says, if Jesus knows everything, why did he said only the Father knows? What? Dude, nobody was talking about that. Are you, I don't know. I feel like giving people credit just because they're able to make a comment in this world when all these bots are doing all this bullshit is kind of a stretch. You should only probably give credit to people who are able to make comments that make any sense. So anyway, I like discussion. I wouldn't mind talking to you guys about stuff. Sorry about the Nazi piece of shit, J-Bone 1983, the MAGA Nazi. Apologize to everyone for the MAGA Nazi. Should I just block the MAGA Nazi? Oh, you did read the Gospel of Judas and Mary. Cool. Because they're not long. They don't take a lot to read. No, I don't believe in you as a person. If you were a person and when I tried to read your comment and it didn't make any sense, and I said it didn't make any sense, then what a person would do is try to explain what they tried to say before. What a bot might do is try to act like they're having conversation. So you didn't pass the Turing test. Anyway, I guess we'll shut it down. No, you don't seem to be a real person. Are you a real person, Valid Insights? Let's look at your channel. You joined 6 months ago. You have 3 subscribers. You don't really, you just, I don't know. I'm sorry. You probably just aren't English speaking person. And so the way you talk, sorry about the MAGA Nazi in the chat. Sorry, there's a Nazi in the chat. Anyway, I'll shut down the live because I guess we're all done now. It reduced the count of you guys to 0 or 1. So, that was fun. Should we wait for another round of people? Or should we shut it down and say goodnight? Oh my gosh. Word that should be in the dictionary is what Net and YouTube wants to ask. I guess Net and YouTube, Trump hootineers. I call them Trump hootineers. I'm not necessarily going, it just wasn't showing that anyone was still here. You know how YouTube pretends to count people, but then it often reduces the count to make it seem like there's a lot less people in here than there are. Yeah, it's just censorship. But sorry about the MAGA Nazi. See how it's still saying that you're not here? You know. It's just 1 for me. But see what I'm saying? Like, it still says just 1. Did you just happen to leave right when he made that comment? You know? Like, there's definitely 2 of you. It's saying just 1. It's just stupid, though. You know, it's just censorship. There could be like 5 other people lurking that it's not counting. I know, it's just, now it's showing 2, right? Who knows how many people are here. You go to other people's live streams and it'll say there's, 100 people or 1,000 people, and like 4 people will be talking. So whereas their live stream will have 1% of the supposed people, or 0.001% of the supposed people in the live stream talking in the chat, my live streams will have like 14,000%. It'll say there's 2 people and there'll be 12 people talking. It'll say there's, now it says 2, yeah. But I mean, why would they count that MAGA Nazi anyway? They should never count. They're just like the people who don't matter. Now it says that there's 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, in most lives, it would take, you're going to need to get 10 or 20 more people into the live before 1 more person would chat. We'll see. This one's different. It's a little different here. Anyway, so we're going to replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. Vendetta has the book that helps you do it. Caleb is here now. Hello, Caleb. Sorry about the Nazi. There's a Nazi MAGA in chat, J-Bone 1983. Sorry about that. Sorry that the Nazi MAGA is still here, even though every time he comments, all I say is, sorry there's a Nazi MAGA here. Sorry this Nazi MAGA exists. Sorry there's a Nazi MAGA who feels comfortable chatting in the live stream. I'm sorry that Nazi MAGA exists. Now it says there's 3 people here and there's 3 people chatting, so it's 100% chat participation. You guys could just do like the reactions or something. Hello, Caleb's. If you don't know how YouTube and these stupid platforms are supposed to work, it's like the more reactions and comments and stuff you make, the more people show up. What were you reading about the goddess separate? What else were you reading about the goddess? That's intriguing. How are you, Caleb? Sorry about the MAGA Nazi. Sorry there's a Trump Putin here. MAGA Nazi traitor in the chat. Everybody hates him, and we can all like tell him we hate him if we want. I'll be like, I hate you, you stupid MAGA Nazi. But, they're impervious to, like, thinking. I'm good. I was probably going to go to sleep before tea. Sorry about the MAGA Nazi in the chat. Yeah, I could have just blocked you. You've never said anything. We've never missed you being here. No one would ever have missed you. Just like every other phase of your life. No one's ever like, oh, I wonder when this MAGA Nazi will show up. And no one's ever like, oh no, the MAGA Nazi went away. Like, no one's ever wanted you people around. Why would you be here if somebody wanted you around? I don't want you around. I don't think anybody else in the chat would want you around. So why would you be here? Because no one else wants you around. and I'm just not blocking you. Sorry, it was a big mistake. But anyway, it is fun to make fun of you, how you can't admit when your leaders die, how you're just giant fucking losers. You just keep losing your wars, you keep proving your God is fake, and that plays right into my, I do want to just mute you so that we don't have to, like, do this anymore. I don't know, it's just boring. It's just super boring. Sorry about the MAGA Nazi in the chat. There's only one MAGA Nazi in the chat, so if anybody else feels like chatting, then you really don't have to worry about the MAGA Nazi, because they don't really have they've never said anything. When you think about it, MAGA Nazis have never said anything, and this is just an example of how little it's possible for them to say anything. Hello, welcome to the Church of Judas. We're going to replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism, including Zionism. So, if you're interested in replacing Zionism, we got a big celebration tomorrow when Abdul al-Sayed wins in Michigan. I was talking about my book, kinda. I was talking about just the Church of Judas in general for replacing patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. I feel like this one loser who was in here earlier, he like acts like he's, somebody worth talking to. But then, I talk about this all the fucking time. And he was like, "What's that?" It's just like, dude, some people just aren't worth talking to. So, but Vendetta's here. Vendetta's cool. Vendetta's worth talking to. So feel free to talk to Vendetta if you like. Or he was here earlier. And he's got a copy of my book, so he actually knows some of the ideas. Of course, like I said, I talk about it all the time, or a pretty good bit. It's just Jesus' plan to replace patriarchy, Christianity, and war and Trumpism. It ends Trumpism, it ends war, it ends Christianity, it ends patriarchy. So yay. And when you end Trumpism and patriarchy and Christianity, you end Zionism. So it's really the fastest, the most powerful way to stop the genocide. I mean, there'd be other ways to stop it, but I would suggest it's the most powerful and fastest way to stop the genocide. So, on the one hand, I'm kind of like, oh, well, I'll talk about this stuff when people are ready to hear about it. And you just keep getting more and more censored and suppressed on YouTube, by net and YouTube. So it's like, well, you'll never feel like people are ready to hear about it, because they'll never put people into the live stream who are ready to hear about it. But it's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it anyway, because it's going to happen. Let's see. Caleb says, I'm interested in the goddess you speak of. Is she one of the goddesses spoke of in the Bible, or is she separate? I don't know. I haven't really read the whole Bible. It's the goddess that Jesus is from, if that narrows it down. I don't know that you need to narrow it down. Like, maybe they're all the same, right? Like, why would goddesses be like the way we think of gods? We think of gods as like fighting it out in some type of Shaman King Yu-Gi-Oh battle. Yeah, she's named in the Gospel of Judas. Hello, Optic. Want me to show you guys how to use YouTube? Hello, Optic Sports. Are you ready to end patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism, including Zionism? Because we're electing Abdul al-Sayed tomorrow, or today, in Michigan. And we're overall ending Zionism. So, ending Christianity, ending Trumpism. Sorry about the Nazi. There's a Nazi MAGA in chat. Sorry about that, Nazi. Sorry I didn't mute the Nazi earlier. But every time he comments, I'm just going to say, sorry about them, Nazi MAGA. Well, thanks for being here, Optic. Thanks for the emoji. Emojis are delightful and so useful. Emojis allow you to just type something quickly in the chat and hit enter and be done with it. It's very powerful magic if you use it right. Vendetta says, she is from the immortal realm of Barbalo. Yeah, that's what Judas says to Jesus. He says, I know you are from the immortal realm of Barbelo. And Jesus says, you got it right. So now we can have this secret conversation. Sorry about the Nazi MAGA. Sorry about the not. There's a Nazi. Sorry that any Nazis are still running around in 2026. Sorry that one of those Nazis, at least, is in the chat constantly making comments. I apologize for the stupid Nazi MAGA. Oh my gosh. Is it a second Nazi MAGA? I don't know who that one is. But anyway, so Jesus is replacing all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. Why are you unsure, Caleb? Jesus is replacing all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism with Judas and the Church of Judas. I can tell you all about it, but replacing Christianity also ends Zionism. And people act like that's like a hard thing to fight or defeat. It's not really. The truth defeats it all the time. Well, you can be wrong about things, Caleb. Have you been wrong about stuff much before? And if you want to find out why you're wrong about something, I can tell you. You're in the right place to find out what you're wrong about. You've come to the right place to find out how you're wrong. I mean, I'm glad that that's the thing that you pick out. You don't have a problem with whatever else. But, you think prisons are great. Okay. I mean, so you're wrong. Sorry about there's a Nazi MAGA in the chat. Sorry about the Nazi MAGA in the chat. But, so you're wrong about that. So I'm sorry there's a Nazi MAGA in the chat. There's just a Nazi MAGA who's in the chat. I apologize that they exist. I apologize that Nazis exist. I apologize that MAGA Nazis exist. MAGA Nazis are the stupidest Nazis that ever lived, and I apologize that they exist. It's sad when you think about the Nazis, like the German Nazis, having something over you. But since the German Nazis were so much smarter than these stupid-ass Trump-Putin Nazis, these MAGA Nazis, and I don't know what to tell them. Okay. So you got an icky feeling about not having prisons or something? Do you have fantasies about prisons? Like you could still make porn, like prison themed porn, if that's what you feel like we're gonna miss. What about the people who commit serious crimes? So who's committed the most serious crimes? Who's committed the most damaging, most serious crimes? Donna Kupatinsky, right? What kind of prison is he in right now? How great is that prison? How good's the prison he in? You said the prisons are for people who commit crimes, right? Why isn't the person who committed the most crimes in prison? I don't get it. You got a prison. Why do your prisons not work? Why do your prisons that you're bragging about so much not have the right people in them? What's wrong with your prisons that they don't even have the right fucking people in them? You see where this is going? Like, you're not gonna win this, dude. Like, you can change your mind, but you're not gonna win. No, we're talking about somebody who's murdered millions of people. Trump's murdered millions of people. He's walking free. Why aren't you answering the question? Why don't your prisons work against the people that need to be in the prisons? Why can't you answer the question? What's wrong with you? What's your ineffectiveness to answer the question about why why you can't put the worst people in the prisons? The people who rape and kill kids. Sorry about the Nazi MAGA in chat. There's a Nazi MAGA. He's in the chat. I don't know why he doesn't get the point that every time he comments, all I'm going to do is say, sorry, there's a Nazi MAGA in chat. Sorry that MAGA keeps revealing they're Nazis every time that guy comments in the chat. Thank you, Anarcho, who says, it's the whole judicial system that's fucked. Although we do have some good judges. Some good judges have kind of saved us this way or that, or helped us this way or that. Some good judges have stood out by making some good rulings against Trump. It's not hard to do. All you have to do is decide against Trump and you're doing something American. How does that work out? How is it that the opposite of Trump is American, and the opposite of Trump is Jesus, and the opposite of Trump is truth? How are all those things entirely true with no exceptions or nuance or anything? Well, it's kind of interesting. It kind of makes America pretty cool when you think about like the real America, not the Trump-Hooteneer America. Yeah, J-Bone, you want to be in prison with Trump? I bet you do. I bet he does have prison fantasies about being in prison with Trump. Yeah, no, we were talking about Trump, Caleb. You're not capable of talking. We're talking about the other people who murder other people. You said we're talking about the people who murder other people. Who's murdered more people than Trump? Put a name in the chat. There might be 4 or 5 names of people in history, maybe. But go ahead and put a name in the chat of people you think has murdered more people than Trump. Put one. Put a name. Put a name if you think somebody's murdered more people than Trump. Okay, Putin. Putin's probably murdered. Yeah, Putin has murdered more people than Trump. His boss. Yeah. I mean, and Putin's murdered all the people that Trump murdered. You know? I mean, when you're the boss of somebody, you've murdered all the people that they murdered. So Putin's murdered, I don't know, 50 million people? 100 million? I don't know how many people. I don't know how many millions of people Putin's murdered. But Trump's murdered at least, I would say, 20 million of those. Like 10 or 15, 20 million. It's not really a contest, but it seems like Trump has probably murdered about 20 or 30 million of Putin's 50, 60 million people he's murdered. And I'm just throwing it out there. Sorry about the Nazi MAGA in chat. Sorry about the Nazi MAGA who writes MAGA and then puts a bunch of American flags and then puts 2 lightning bolt Nazi symbols just to show that MAGA are Nazis. Sorry, there's a Nazi MAGA in chat. But Netanyahu's killed not as many people as Trump. I mean, they work together. They kind of share a kill count, really. So I call him Trump, Putin, Netanyahu. Trump, Putin, Netanyahu probably kind of share a kill count, and it's at like 80 million or something, like 50 or 80 million. Yeah, I'm sorry. J-Bone's just a Nazi MAGA. He's been here hundreds of times. He's never said anything. He's just a Nazi MAGA bod. And there's another Nazi MAGA in the chat now, Desan Delaney or something. Desan Delaney. My proof that not MAGA are Nazis are the MAGA Nazi J-Bone 1983, who's a MAGA Nazi. You're also proof that MAGA are Nazis because you're sitting here acting like you can't prove I'm Nazi. It's like, yeah, I can. Look at the MAGA guy who's putting Nazi symbols in the chat. And MAGA, all he types is MAGA and Nazi symbols, right? I keep apologizing. Sorry about the Nazi MAGA in chat. And now there's 2 Nazi MAGAs in chat. Because if you don't know that you're a Nazi, but you're a MAGA, you're just one of the stupider ones. Which is saying a lot because they're all fucking stupider than a box of rocks. Let's read this long comment from Caleb. Everybody ready for the long comment? Why are you talking about Trump though? Why aren't you talking about Trump? You weren't. You were talking about prisoners. So the first person that came to my mind, I mean, you were talking about criminals, people who committed crimes, was the person who's committed the most and biggest crimes in American history, Trump, who's not in prison. So what the fuck are you talking about? You sound like a fucking Trumper to me. I was talking. Why are you talking about Trump, though? I wasn't asking about Trump. I was talking about the DSA abolishing prisons and defunding the police. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think your prisons are worth a shit because you don't have Trump in them. It's that easy, dude. You're arguing for a prison system to put the wrong people in prison. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. That's not any better than the concentration camps they're kidnapping people for. No, you put Trump in prison, then we can talk about prisons. You want to keep prisons around? Make them fucking work. They're not people. Smurfinator, don't worry. They're not people. These are just Trumpers, dude. Trump-Hooteneers, they might be bots. They might be trolls. They might just be actual Nazis. They don't fucking matter. Yeah, boo to the MAGA fascists. Thanks. Fuck the MAGA fascists. Your kill count numbers are asinine. And you're fucking poor. Like, I don't own a fucking poor. You can't spell the word your because Trumpers are stupider than fucking shit. You want to call somebody a crackhead? Dude, a crackhead would be like, you would probably think, if you met a crackhead, you would probably think they were God because they would be intelligent and you're a dumbass piece of Trump shit. JD Advance says, UN reports, articles verified, etc. data. Oh, where's yours? Trust me, bro. 80 million. Yeah, I think Trump's killed about 80 million. Trump make Nixon looks like a great president. I guess. My granddad used to be a friend of Nixon. JD Advance says, well, Jesus, your God, was poor. So Jesus is actually cool. Jesus is from the goddess. Okay? But their Jesus, the Antichrist, Trump, is evil. Check out my book, The Little Book of Judas, to explain how we're going to replace Christianity, war, and Trumpism with the Church of Judas. And we end patriarchy, we end Christianity, we end war, we end Trumpism, which means we end Zionism. Okay, Christine Crockford. Trump in prison and a webcam where people can pay to watch him crying in USA would make so much money. We kind of have a version of that with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's in prison right now, and like two of his fans are like filming him and streaming him and stuff. And he's all crying and shitting, like his guts are exploding from the water and stuff. So Andrew Tate is like basically being tortured in prison. Not really tortured, but yeah, a little bit. Like he doesn't like it, and he's probably going to turn on Trump. They were threatening Marco Rubio's son. Glad you brought this up because it is funny that they were threatening Marco Rubio's son. Now Trump is the Antichrist. Trump knows he's the Antichrist. I think he knows Putin is the devil. It's not that hard. They're not hidden in any way. He said collab between Putin, Trump, and Netanyahu, dumbass. Yeah, I'm saying that if you count that all of them are working together, and that Putin has killed not just the 2 or 3 million people that we know he's killed in this war in Ukraine, but Putin's killed a lot of other people too. Not just people here and there with polonium tea or whatever. He's killed a lot of other people. Netanyahu's killed 1 million. I mean, personally with his attacks, but they also killed 8 or 9 or 10. I don't know how many people they killed with the Trump virus when they lied about the Trump virus and tried to spread that around as much as possible, which they're still trying to do. They killed over 10 million people. That's one chunk right there from the Trump virus. Then how many people did he kill with Doge cuts to USAID? 2, 3 million so far. I mean, it starts to add up. You got millions here, you got millions there, and yeah, Trump's probably killed about 20 million people. Putin's probably killed a different, 4 million people personally, but he also helped Netanyahu kill, 2 million people or whatever. So it's like, it's a lot of people they've killed. Yeah, you like Trump a lot, dude. You don't think he should be in prison. You're talking about the prison system for black people or whatever. You're just a racist piece of shit as far as I can tell. You're acting like the prison system's great. Did I hit a nerve with Dean? Oh, Dean was just crashing out since he got here. Dean's just jealous of crackheads. Christine Cookford says, I'm from England. Cool. My friend went to England. You sound like the smartest kid in a room with Down syndrome. Rooms can get Down syndrome too? Um, quantity of life. Quantity matters on life. War is a money making machine. So we're going to end war. And people can make money without war. Yeah, war's a racket. Yeah, war's obsolete. Look what war has done for us. It's jacked up all our prices, and it's killed people. Like, nobody needed to be killed. It was stupid. War's really stupid. Oh, Christine says, we got Trump's. Christine, you seem familiar, like we've talked before. Christine says, we got Trump's friend here in UK, Nigel Farage, and it's all the thick people who believe all the lies. It's scary because he could also get elected. Just don't believe in it. Like, we're not letting this Zionist genocidal maniac, Haley Stevens, get elected today. We're electing Abdul El Sayed. We're getting him to win the primary, nominating him. And then we're going to elect him to the Senate. Oh gosh, JD Vance is also from UK. What do you mean Trump pled the fifth, but not when it came to a global pandemic? Trump is currently lying about the global pandemic that he murdered 10, 20 million people in. He's still lying about it. He's the one who murdered everybody who died from Trump virus. Trump murdered them. That's why we call it Trump virus. Okay, I'm sitting here making money while gaslighting dumbasses like you. Why don't I just block this loser? If he's making money trolling the chat. Don't you think I should just block him so he can't make money trolling this chat? If the science was true. So you helped Trump murder those 8 million people. So what's going on is you feel a little guilty because you helped Trump murder people. Anybody who died of COVID, you should feel guilty for that. Back to like Jesus can forgive. Well, you can't be forgiven for something you don't admit that you feel guilty for. You've admitted it to me because I see right through your fucking bullshit, Caleb. But, you know, like, are you going to admit it? Are you going to admit that you feel guilty for helping Trump intentionally kill those people by lying about the Trump virus? Oh, I don't need to take out the maggot sympathizers. There was one in here earlier. Every time he commented, I said, sorry about the Nazi magas in chat. Vendetta says, don't forget the windmills. I've never seen a bird getting killed by one. I don't think Trump cares. Check out my hashtag anti-Trump windmill. If you don't do anything else, just type anti-Trump windmill into your search bar or hashtag anti-Trump windmill, or just look through my channel, through my videos, my shorts. Look through my shorts for anti-Trump windmill. If you see a windmill, it's going to be an anti-Trump windmill. Click on that video and then click the hashtag and then watch a series of anti-Trump windmill videos. And if you watch enough anti-Trump windmill videos, then Trump will be gone. You'll blow him away like dandelions on the wind. Fauci didn't tell any lies. Caleb, you feel guilty for murdering 10 million people with Trump and Putin and Bolsonaro and Netanyahu. You murdered those 10 million people. You helped them do it. You're helping them do it right now. You're feeling guilty about it because 10 million people are haunting you. There's 10 million people waiting in the afterlife for when you get there. And you can feel it. I can tell you about it, but you can feel it. You know this shit's true. You want to apologize? You want to start like thinking about your life? No, that didn't happen, dude. You're just like I might just block you from the channel so you'll never get to watch any of my content again because I hate you. I hate you people who pretend like you give a shit about something, but you can't keep it up for 20 minutes because then you reveal that you're just a Nazi piece of shit like the other ones. Sorry about the Nazi piece of MAGA shit, Caleb's receding hairline. Sorry about the Nazi MAGA piece of shit, Dean Delaney. Sorry about the Nazi MAGA piece of shit, J Bones or whatever his name was. Okay. Christine says, I fear for your democracy in the USA. I mean, we don't have to have a country in the USA. We've already shown the military isn't worth a shit. So it's like, that's the main thing they brag about. So, I mean, I think we could still have a good country here. But if USA ceases to exist, is that a bad thing? Like, nobody's going to be that upset about it. But let me read the rest of your comment, Christine. Christine's commenting from England. She says, I fear your democracy in the USA, as he will try using some fake power to stop your midterms, so he's not impeached and sent to prison. We can impeach him before the midterms. They just need to get off their ass and do it. Even his fucking slaves, uh, Alex Jones and stuff, are calling to impeach him now. I mean, of course, Alex Jones can call to impeach him now that nobody listens to Alex Jones anymore. Yeah, Caleb, what you said is you're proud that you and Trump and Putin and Bolsonaro murdered 10 million people with the Trump virus. That's what you said to me. What I heard was you and Trump and Putin and Netanyahu, you, and you helped, and you're helping right now, helped murder 10 million people. They're going to haunt you. Good. We don't want you on the left. We don't want liars and losers like you even in our space. You can go troll somewhere else. You're not any good at it. Thanks, Arbeiter Classer. Sorry about the Nazis in chat. It's like you and four Nazis. It's stupid. Oh, great. There's another Nazi in chat. And he's going to get all bragging that I have to leave in 9 minutes or 6 minutes because we're going to be at the end of 50 something minutes. But the new Nazi's going to act like the new pedo-Nazi, Joel Phoenix, is a pedophile. Dean Delaney is also a pedophile. Dean Delaney is spelled Deandelany 7383. Dean Delaney is a pedophile. His channel activity is he joined 5 years ago and he has 1 subscriber. Joel Phoenix, capital Joel, capital Feenux, is a pedophile. His channel activities he joined 1 year ago has 0 subscribers. Caleb's receding hairline is a pedophile. Caleb's receding hairline joined 4 weeks ago and has 0 subscribers. And is that all the pedophiles currently in the chat? Joel Phoenix is a pedophile. I didn't say you were a coward. I said you were a pedophile. But you didn't deny being a pedophile, so more proof you're a pedophile. Christine says, you're our brothers and sisters in the USA, but Trump has insulted your best mates in the world, the ones that are always with you. Well, hey, England, you guys are extraditing Andrew Tate. You guys are taking Trump down more than anybody in America is. So thank you. You guys are doing our work for us. You're taking down Andrew Tate. He's going to flip on Barron Trump and probably Trump. And he's got, what was it about Andrew Tate? Oh, yeah, they were threatening Marco Rubio. They're threatening Marco Rubio's son. So it's pretty funny that they're threatening Marco Rubio's son now. And I don't know if they were threatening to rape him and murder him like they do other children. Or no, he's probably aged out of that, of their desire to do that. But they were threatening to report him to false highlight. They were threatening to Graham Plattner him. Okay, bye-bye. Bye, Caleb. You don't be involved. You're for raping kids like Trump. You're for Trump raping kids. You're for Trump murdering millions of people. Sorry. You don't have morals or anything. Nobody wants you to be on their side. You're a disgusting genocidal maniac. Thank you for the likes. Sorry about the 4 Nazi MAGAs in chat. Out of 5 people, 4 of them are Nazi MAGAs. Dean Delaney, Joel Phoenix, Caleb's receding hairline. Well, I guess one of the Nazis left or changed accounts. I think one of the Nazis might have left. Hello, Fish. Nice to see you. You better read my book quick because Vendetta was here. Vendetta has a copy of my book and he appears to be about halfway through it. Net and YouTube's been cooked, dude. Have you been on Net and YouTube before? Hello, Fish. Nice to see you again. I have some loyal viewers who are good people, but mostly it's trolls. It's always been Nazi trolls most of the time. See, Waffle Jackson is a Nazi troll from England. So it's literally out of 8 people, 5 of them are confirmed Nazis. They're pedophiles, Trumpers. And then the other 2 are good. Or the other 2 or 3. The other 2 or 3 are good. Fish says, whoa, that's awesome. I'll try to pick up a copy when my check comes in. Thanks. Yeah, but you got to read it quick because he's almost done. He'll be one of the first people in the world to read it. His copy was printed in France. Yeah, Vendetta says over halfway. The pages aren't numbered. Yeah, you just have to put your finger in it somewhere. Yeah, you're a Nazi, Waffle Jackson. You cheered on the genocide of the Palestinians. You're a Nazi. You're like, their birth rate's too high. You're a Nazi. Why, what else are you besides a genocidal maniac? You're a Trumper, which makes you a Nazi, and you're specifically a genocidal maniac. That's you. The Nazis weren't socialists, dude. That's what Elon Musk thinks. Grok corrected him. Grok told Elon Musk. Elon Musk said the Nazis are socialists because he's a Nazi. He's Roman saluting people. It's more like Joel Fieldnuts. What Andy Bashir said about if Rand Paul had a set of balls, Trump would be holding them. That was good. That was a good one. Arbeiter also confirms Nazis weren't socialists. They just sourced from a prole party. Yeah, they just took the name. They just hijacked somebody else's party. Like Trump hijacked the Klan with like a super turbocharged Nazi Klan. He hijacked the Klan and the Republican Party. Christine says, my granddad really died in World War II fighting the Nazis, yet people today want to let the Nazis get in and rule. Yeah, dude, people are going to murder them. Like, your granddad wasn't the last person to kill Nazis. The funny thing, the thick people who vote in the Nazis are the ones who end up getting the ones hurt. I mean, they do. Maybe not enough, not fast enough. Like Waffle Jackson's one of them. Nothing's happened to him yet. I mean, he's still here. He hasn't. He hasn't repented. He hasn't like. Nothing bad's happened to your family yet, Waffle Jackson. Actually, he's not from the UK. He doesn't have a family. Like. Okay, sorry about the pedophile Nazis in chat. Waffle Jackson 42 is a pedophile Nazi. Joel Phoenix is a pedophile Nazi. Christine and Fish are not pedophile Nazis. Christine Arbeiter and Fish do not appear to be pedophile Nazis at all. But Dean, Waffle, and Vendetta. Vendetta's still here. That's pretty cool. We have 4 anti-Nazis, and we have 4 or 5 Nazis. And look how much more intelligent all the anti-Nazis are. Look how stupid and like methed up. Like how they just sound like they're totally on meth. All the Nazis are. They're just like methed up bots. The people who are against Nazis sound like humans. The people who are Nazis just sound like, Christine, how nice has it been this summer, bro? How nice has it been this summer? Oh, yeah, that's right. Waffle Jackson's trying to pretend that he lives in UK. He's a dumbass Russian who pretends that he's a Black Windrush generation UK. And, thinks that people believe that shit. Nobody's ever believed it. Russians are the stupidest, dude. Like, Russians are pretty fucking stupid. I don't know how they're killing 1,000 Russians a day and Russians haven't woken up yet, but Russians are really fucking stupid. And then Trump Mutineers are even stupider, and Zionists are maybe even stupider. It's not a contest, but it's hard to plumb the depths of stupidity of Russians, Trump Mutineers, and Zionists. All their comments are getting. Look, stop typing comments. I'm shutting down the live in like 10 seconds. Everybody stop typing comments. Okay, but Vendetta says Jesus would be communist. That was also true in your book. Thank you. I'm glad you like my book. Check out my book. It's called The Little Book of Judas by Andrew Harris. I hope you like it. Please get a copy of my book, Christine. You could be the first person in UK to read it. It's called The Little Book of Judas by Andrew Harris. Thanks. Little Book of Judas. Check it out. See you guys next time. Thanks, Arbeiter. Please buy a copy of my book, Arbeiter, or comment on my content. I appreciate your comments. See you next time. God has blessed you. Mary bless you. Mary bless you. Mary bless you. Jesus bless you. Judas bless you. I bless you and bless yourself.